Hello, Calamity survivors, and welcome to Bastion, an indie game released on July 17th for the Xbox and August something or other for the PC. My name is Dark Blue Wolf, and I will be your Let's Player today. So, let's get started. This is a blind run. The only part of this game that I've played is the demo. So, this should be fun. I really had fun with the demo. So, let's see. I'm going to make one change, and that is to put... Oh, subtitles are already on. Okay. Well, that's the only change I need to make then. So, let's just get started. Actually, before I get started, I want to say something. You've seen my other videos, I'm probably a little bit more loud. Not terribly loud, but, you know, a little bit more so. And after playing this game for 15 minutes or so, I can already tell that it's more of a... How do I explain this? It's kind of like Cowboy Bebop, which you'll hear me making a lot of references to that in any game, but it's just kind of more of a laid-back thing that still has action implemented in it, but it's still more a little bit not as ridiculously over the top. So I'm going to be the same in my commentary. I'm not going to be over the top. It's going to be me, and that's about all I have to say, so let's get started. Also, with the narration, I'm not sure how I'm going to talk over that. I mean, I'm going to have subtitles on, so I hope you guys don't mind me talking over, because he has a really cool voice, I have to admit. But I'll try and be quiet when he starts talking, which is very often, you'll see.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Right. So, the narrator, one of the gimmicks...
He gets up,
one of the gimmicks in this game...
sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble.
Is that the... Maybe I'll just kind of start and stop. One of the gimmicks is that the narrator constantly talks over a lot of stuff, and...
Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
Right.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road.
He narrates pretty much
Well,
everything.
It's a touching reunion.
Such as finding stuff. Now I just want to explain that. So you can break the wall, here's your weapon. He actually says something for pretty much everything you do. So for example, if you fall off the edge like so...
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling.
He says that, which is actually pretty funny. It's like a story, but he's making a joke, even though you just screwed up. But it's kind of an explanation for why you can get revived, because
he sees
it's a
what's
story.
left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity.
Right, actually I'm going to check. One of the things about this game is that there are secret passages. Well, not secret passages somewhere, but some places have secret, or less obvious ways, I guess, to go. And
That a survivor?
that's not a survivor.
No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground. Kid pops him good.
There you go. So that was our first
Fella
enemy.
got a piece of him though.
It's pretty much an action RPG from the top-down view, and an angle, of course. And these things are your money, I believe. Once again, only played the demo, so this is pretty much what you can learn from the demo. You can just break random stuff, get some money sometimes. Kind of like Kingdom Hearts.
Kid
in
just
that
rages
aspect.
for a while.
Kid just...
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
There you go. So now we have a gun called the Fang Repeater.
Gotta hold her still to spin up the chamber.
Right, like you said, you can right-click, and this one fires, what is that, 8 shots, I think, before you have to reload, and I'll just cause some havoc here. About 6 shots before you have to really reload. So, I don't use
Kid's
it.
worked up quite a thirst by
didn't
now,
use it.
so that fountain looks real inviting.
Right.
Sometimes you just need a drink.
There we go. Right, so, that looks like a donut over there, by the way. Oh, my cursor
A
is...
school of squirts tunnels up around them.
Here's some more
Must
minor
have fled
enemies.
here from the mines.
Right, so when you're at little table or fountains like this, you can just drink, fill up, and then max out your health potions again, because you're already right there. Now, you could go in the saloon right here, or you could get a secret, which would be over here, which I found by accident because I thought I was supposed to go this way, but...
Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
Right, so, in this game you can find mementos, which are pretty much just mementos of the past world. So I can look up tab for info. You already start off with the city crest, I think. It just says an identification badge from the old days. It says you're on official business from the city. And I'm guessing we'll figure out what that means later. And here is the thing, the accessory, the hair band, held onto by a girl that the kid, which is the name of the person you play as, the kid. That's who the kid used to fancy. I'm not sure if she makes an appearance in this game, because I haven't gotten that far. I just bought this, you know, not that long ago, like maybe half an hour ago. So, we're in the saloon.
He sets foot inside one of Zelandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Of course. Also the music, I'm gonna bump up the music louder than I usually do for the rest of my recordings, just because the music is amazing.
Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Trusty shield. There you go, bullhead. So you press shift to hold that out.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief.
I ain't no petty thief. So you can add, this is pretty much like the shield in Zelda, how you can use it to reflect things.
Special delivery. Gas fellas.
So, this part's kind of like a mini-boss fight, just because there's a lot of enemies everywhere.
Windbags start turning up for last call.
So, go ahead and use your gun a little bit. These guys are pretty slow with attacking the reload, but you do have to be a little bit strategic. From what I've read, the difficulty actually spikes. There's a difficulty curve in this game, but it actually curves down the farther you get from the reviews I've
More squirts
seen.
start coming out of the woodwork.
So this isn't personal knowledge.
A big old fella
So,
pops out in
but,
front of the
you know.
kid.
This is what I've read. So you can use health potions like that. That guy kicked my ass last time. He really did. But I don't like this gun so far. But I know you get better ones that are quicker and they have bigger clips.
Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window.
Right.
It's a bit of a drop.
So just pick up another health potion right there. They're pretty common from what I've seen. So you can go out the window, or, well, not or, I want to do this first though. See, if you're wondering what this guy up here, he's not actually alive. He is not alive. You just
Ronnie
break him.
always wanted his ashes scattered here.
So we scattered his ashes by crushing his dead body. Sweet. That's pretty much how it works, right? So now we can go ahead and get going out the window. So I really like this game so far, especially the music once we get into the next area. Actually, maybe this area right here.
He gets a good look at things on his way down.
It's just very
He lands
nice.
on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke.
So go ahead and take out the bow, which I prefer over the gun so far, from my experience. You can charge it up. Once he flashes, he
Kid
does
spies a good perch
kind of
for
a
some
critical
target
hit.
practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. Right back at you.
There we go. And let's see. I'll show you the charge-up shot here. Also, you can move. That was a charge-up shot, by the way, but you can move, which is pretty cool. Alright, so you can move. What? You can move while having your bow out, is what I meant to say.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land.
Second string, we'll go ahead and check that out. A stretch of meat gut, prized by bowyers and football fans. So it's actually upgrade material. I don't know how to apply it yet, but whatever. Right now, I'll just stick with the hammer. Let's go kill this guy first.
Good news is the emergency defenses still work.
There we go.
Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Also, your name is the kid. That's your entire name for the game. There's no secret plot twist as to who he is. His name is just the kid. Alright. You can also move around while holding your shield like that. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice combat system. Just simple so far, but classy.
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
Also, the narrator's voice is freaking badass.
He's a mighty fast learner.
Alright, so the kid learns anything as soon as he picks it up, as most video game characters tend to do. Now, the black potions restore how many times you can use a special move, such as the whirlwind thing. I'm getting my butt kicked here. Just gonna deflect it back. Alright, we got this. Just bring it back to you. There you go.
He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town.
So the calamity, I don't know if
One
it's
sip
explained
of the
later,
spirits in
but
that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new
should I actually
man.
explain this first? let's see. What did I go with last time? I went with this because it's pretty useful. This is a magnet. It absorbs other fragments that are in the area, and I'm actually, you know, I'm gonna lower the resolution just because the frames at this resolution are not optimal. So 1600 by 900. That's what I'm gonna switch over to. Hopefully it doesn't crash, which it just did. Alright, had to make a little tiny cut there because this game likes to crash when you change the settings, or at least with fraps on.
The arsenal's where a kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Exactly. I'm not sure what we can choose. We can choose this. I'm going to choose Dancing Shot over Whirlwind right now, just because I want to. So that, use that with Q, of course. I think that's all we can do right now. I don't know how to upgrade weapons yet. So that was already, what was the sign there? And that's all for that. So let's get going. So Q is now Dancing Shot. And, we'll deal with that later. Got these squirts.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
Right, so sometimes you have spawners like this, and it is not pleasant. It is just not. Just because there's a lot of them. There you go. Pretty simple. There's a monster box here. I don't think anything spawns out of it though. But I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to be 100% in this game because I don't know where everything is. And I should not. Let me just check if there's anything on the other side first. Let's see. Is there anything down here? Yeah, there is an old dead person here, so smash
That
it.
one was Maud, the tutor. Once taught the kid good manners. He never used them, though.
So that's just a little bit of insight. Sometimes you can get insight into his kind of backstory. It's not, from what I've seen, it's not terribly detailed, but it's just kind of little interesting things, you know? Just
An
little
old
interesting
ferry
things.
barge sends the kid on his way.
No, this is an indie game. It
The
wasn't really
Bastion's real close now.
made by famous developers. But it's just funny how, one thing I was noticing is how story tends to be a lot more kind of, how do I say this? I'm comparing Limbo and that kind of story to Metal Gear. How it kind of seems to be a little bit more shadowed, but at the same time still, at the same level of detail, if not more detail. Also, this is a music that I was really liking last time. Just really catchy.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
Oh boy.
Scumbags.
Scumbags. These are
Kid maybe
scumbags.
shouldn't have done what he just did.
Yeah, apparently they want their shit back. I ain't gonna let them. But first, let's take care of these. Can I even get around here? Yeah, let's take care of these spawners first. Yeah, there you go. Alright. It's a little bit tricky sometimes, just because of how many enemies there are. Like I said, I've heard there is a difficulty curve at the beginning. If I could get out of here, that would be awesome. I'll take care of this scumbag first. My bow and arrow. So we can stay out of harm's way. And I think with this
Rob's
weapon
a
you do more
scumbag of the
damage
last
when you're
game.
stationary. Like so. I think that's what the description said. This guy should be dead in no time. Just
Kid
kind of
puts him out of
straight.
his misery.
And there you go. Lots of money. So glad the music's gone. It's so good. See what I mean about the music? It's kind of laid back. It's not in your face, but it's still very action-y. Still very, very actiony. Just like how in Cowboy Bebop they kind of have blues or jazz or bebop playing during an action sequence, or even kind of music box
He
music.
finds the core to the Wharf District.
Right. So, now's where shit gets crazy.
He steals the city's heart. Might as well.
Right,
Kid
so
has a
now,
feeling you better get a move on. The place
Just
is
like-
starting to fall.
just like Narrator Man says, the place is starting to fall. Last
See,
time I
that
fell
core
off
Kid
this,
took was the only thing
so
making this particular rock stay afloat.
I don't know what's actually at the end of this because I fell off. If you fall off,
Just
the
keeps running.
segment just ends. You don't die, but That's unfortunate. I'm gonna run right past that. Let's see what's over here. Probably a memento or something. Ow. Probably just a memento. I'm gonna skip those guys because I don't have the time.
At last, the skyway's in sight.
Here we go.
Whisks him where it needs to go.
There we go. He said, would you kindly subscribe?